of frustrations, I think that we are not at the receiving end yet, but I'm looking forward for this summit to be successful, because definitely we'll go back in our offices and homes, and then we still have to carry the agendas on. Well, actually during this last 6 months, I've been mentioning and spelling out Poznan more openly than even my kids' names. And all because we've been looking forward to some deliverables in here. And one of those deliverables that I'm really proud of is the digital component out of REA, which is the regional economic area that Marco explained to you. Definitely, we as an organization, but mostly the whole process of regional cooperation, I think that all of us together with the Commission, we might be hell-bent to change the situation and make the regional economic area work and function. But definitely, it is up as well to the governments of the region to deliver on that. And speaking on how to prepare for the revolution in society, trade, services, and industry. Well, out of this panel, I think that I'm the typical citizen from Balkans, because you, Marco, have a double citizenship. So stubborn and proud are people coming from Balkans. And I was thinking that while the decision was taken to build up the regional economic area, based on the model of the single market and on the principle that you could reconcile to the economy, I think that there is a huge difference on that. When EU single market was created and started, it was based on coal and steel, which was kind of a solid time. And speaking in the language of one of the famous and one of my dearest, one Polish thinkers, Bauman, that time was a solid modernity. Now we are all living in a liquid modernity, which it means that REA is built up under the digital component. And everything is moving, everything is changing, and we can't really allow ourselves to be seated for a long time and think that things will be there like forever. So, what are the 3 major problems in the region? And then afterwards, we'll have the launch of this study, which is the Balkan Barometer. And you see there is a nice difference between Balkans and EU. You saw we had all these big books from the OECD. We are going to deliver to you some USBs as well, so don't carry paper with you. The Balkan Barometer is based on that, on those and the findings in that one. There are 3 major concerns in the region: unemployment, job growth, and corruption. And I don't think that by chance, digital is one component that could really change the situation in all of them. If we speak of unemployment, it means that we need to focus a lot on not only upgrading the skills, the actual of the workforce, but as well thinking on developing and trying to invest more in young people studying in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and maths. Because the next generation of the workforce will need definitely more digital skills and technological skills that my generation was asking. Then, speaking of job growth, if we'll increase and change only 1% at the digital, let's say the digital level, then definitely this one will correspond in roughly 1.5% increase in employment. So we need to invest in digital as well. And speaking of corruption, I think that everybody has heard, and that has always been one of the keywords, even from the Commission, but all international partners, that corruption is a big issue in the Western Balkans. But then speaking of corruption, there are a lot of ways to go through the digitalization and build up the trust between governments, institutions, and citizens. All Western Balkans economies have already decided, and they are investing in establishing systems at the national level that will ensure an easier interaction between citizens and public institutions. So for all of those reasons, we are definitely kind of doomed to succeed in the digital revolution. Otherwise, we can't really move forward. Now, I will really like to go with some concrete figures. So, why the digitalization is important in concrete terms for the Western Balkans? There are a lot of gaps in the digitalization, but 10% quite a robust field. Then, how can the region close up the gaps and wrap up the benefits from digitalization? Marco was quite great to organize the very opening of these 2 days, no problem, with the business. And I think that there are a lot of opportunities in the region, but there are still a lot of problems in there. In trying to connect digitally people and business through the improvement of e-services and to establish a synergy with trade. On the study that will be launched just a little bit later of the Balkan Barometer, it shows that the majority, 58%, of the business see digitalization of public services as the key avenue for increasing the transparency and the predictability of the government conduct. Then, the region is in dead earnest need to use digitalization not only to develop trade within economies, but as a tool to boost intra-regional trade. 1/2 of the exporters in the region, they declare that the competition of customs clearance comes within 2 days. But for the rest of them, it is required 3 to 5 days. And I think that this is an alarming figure that calls for urgent actions. Then you know that in the region, which is not really infrastructure-wise related quite well, the countries are not really connected quite well with each other. Often trucks wait for 7 up to 48 hours at borders for customs procedures, while the administrative cost to export in the Western Balkans ranges from $65 up to $232, speeding up the process of digitalization of border crossing points and improving the corridor performance has really become a must and necessity. Then we'll have to move on building up the partnership with private sector and definitely on research and development, but universities as well. I think that universities are quite a potential in the region that have not been actually used strongly so far. 10 out of 10 of companies in the region, they indicate that the new products were an innovation for the entire market, while 6% of them consider it was new only for their company but not for the market. So we see that there are a lot of discrepancies being present in the region in terms of the digitalization. While the ones that would like and are ready to invest more in innovation and enhanced cooperation among universities' business community are the private companies, but those who are state-owned ones are really lagging behind on that. So what I say and what shall we do? And definitely we can't do it alone, but I think that the partnership with business is going to be quite important. First, we are trying to develop a framework and platform for the cross-border recognition of the certificates with the e-signature, or otherwise known as the trusted services, which is a positive achievement already during the digital summit with Serbia, and then Serbia and Montenegro are signing the bilateral agreements for the mutual recognition of trusted services. We think that we need to launch and be quite open to launch a strategic discussion with the local authorities. Local authorities in the region have not really been main partners and involved in the regional economic area. And I think that it's time to work closely with them, improving e-services, offer better services closer to the citizens, and try to make their everyday life closer to the models that we are inspired. Then developing digital skills strategies, priorities, and actions that support the implementation at highest level of the best practices in the region that should be addressed further. So on this note, I think that there are a lot of takeaways that we might really think upon and hurry up. Because on one thing I'm pretty much sure. We might really be masters at my age of using a laptop or a computer. But young people, which are really not very happy with the region, so we had 9% increase of brain drain from last year in the region. Those are the ones who will really decide to invest and will always invent new formulas, new technologies, and smart ideas. So if we don't really catch up and follow the rhythm of progress, then definitely it's going to be quite difficult to see that we are progressing and moving forward. But on that regard, Marco, I would really like to emphasize once more. Personally, I do trust that the region is a better one today. Definitely and politically this means a lot. It is stable. But if we would really like to have a sustainable development in the region,